My beloved child, I have been watching you. I have seen every tear you wiped away in secret and every sigh that escaped your lips when you thought no one was listening. Do not think for a moment that your presence here is a mere coincidence or a quirk of an algorithm. I have orchestrated this very second, this very breath, to bring you into this sacred space, because I have something of eternal importance to tell you. You have been walking through a season of shadows, feeling as though your prayers were hitting a ceiling of brass, wondering if I had turned my face away from you. But I am here to tell you that I am closer than the air you breathe. I am the silent witness to your struggles and the architect of your upcoming victory. This message is the divine signal you have been pleading for, a lifeline cast into the stormy waters of your current circumstances. Listen closely, for my voice is whispering directly into the depths of your soul, bypassing the noise of the world, to remind you that you are mine, and I have never once let you go. Today something changed. You might not have felt the ground shake, and you might not have seen the heavens part, but a micro shift occurred because of a choice you made. I saw you today when you chose patience over anger, when you offered a kind word despite your own heart being heavy, or when you simply chose to keep going, even though every fiber of your being wanted to give up. That small act of faith, that tiny seed of righteousness you planted in the soil of a difficult day, has sent a ripple through the spiritual realm. It was the key that turned the lock. You have proven your faithfulness in the small things, and now the windows of heaven are beginning to stir. I am not a God who forgets. I am a God who records every movement of your heart. That one moment of restraint, that one prayer whispered through gritted teeth today, was enough to tip the scales in your favor. Before I reveal the magnitude of the blessing that this shift has released, I want you to acknowledge this moment. Do not let this invitation pass you by. Declare your presence and your readiness to receive what I have prepared. Type, "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments right now, to open the gates and signal to the heavens that the chosen one is ready to claim their inheritance. This is your act of faith, a spiritual marker that distinguishes you from the crowd. By typing these words, you are aligning your earthly reality with the heavenly decree I have already signed. You are stepping out of the shadows and into the spotlight of my favor. Do not be silent when the Creator of the universe is calling your name. This shift you initiated today has caused a commotion in the halls of eternity. The enemy thought he had you cornered, thought that the weight of your financial burdens and the isolation of your path would finally break your spirit. But when you refused to bow to despair today, you released a frequency of faith that has paralyzed the forces of lack and delay. I am moving pieces on the board of your life that you cannot yet see. I am aligning hearts, opening ledgers, and preparing a table for you in the very presence of those who doubted you. To stay connected to this flow of divine revelation, and to ensure you do not miss the specific instructions I am about to give you, I invite you to join this family of believers. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. By doing so, you are not just clicking a button. You are signaling your agreement with heaven and anchoring your faith in this community of light. Your like is a shout of Amen in the digital wilderness, and your subscription is a commitment to walk the path I am lighting for you. Understand this. My precious one, you are not behind, you are being built. You are not breaking, you are becoming. The pressure you have felt was not meant to crush you, but to produce the diamond of your character. The world sees your outward struggle, but I see the inner transformation that has made you ready for the rapid blessing that is now descending. What you did today was the final test of your endurance, a demonstration that you are ready to handle the weight of the glory I am about to bestow upon you. The atmosphere of your life is changing from one of survival to one of overflowing abundance. You have moved from the waiting room to the threshold of the promise. Stay focused on my voice, for as we move forward together, I will unveil the specific ways I am restoring your finances, your peace, and your purpose. The storm is losing its power, and the sun of my favor is rising over your horizon. You have been chosen for such a time as this, and the miracle you have been waiting for is no longer a distant hope. It is your new reality. My child, I know the biting chill of the season you are enduring. I have felt the shiver in your spirit as you navigate this financial winter, a season where the resources seem to have dried up, and the landscape of your life looks barren and frozen. I see you in those quiet, desperate moments when you open your banking app with a bated breath, praying that the numbers will somehow be different than they were yesterday, only to feel that familiar hollow ache in your chest when the reality remains unchanged. I have watched you stare at the stacks of envelopes on your kitchen table, the ones you've moved from one pile to another, trying to decide which fire to put out first and which one to let burn. You have hidden your struggle well from the world, putting on a brave face for those who depend on you. But I see the exhaustion behind your eyes. I see the way your heart races when the phone rings from an unknown number, fearing it is another voice demanding what you do not have. This weight was never meant for you to carry alone, yet you have borne it with a silent dignity that has not gone unnoticed in the courts of heaven. I was there in the grocery store when you had to put an item back because the total was climbing too high. I saw the flash of shame that crossed your face, though there is no shame in my eyes for you. I have seen you sitting in the dark, calculating and recalculating your bills until the numbers blur, trying to make a way where there seems to be no way. The financial winter is not just about the lack of money. It is about the erosion of your peace and the theft of your sleep. It is the constant nagging fear that the floor will fall out from under you, that you will fail those you love, or that you will never again know the feeling of security. You have felt trapped in a cycle of just enough or not enough, wandering through a desert of debt, where every step forward feels like 2 steps back. I know the bitterness of working so hard and having so little to show for it, while the world tells you that your worth is measured by the balance in your account. But I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and I am telling you that your value is not defined by your lack, but by my love for you. Perhaps the deepest pain of this winter is the question that haunts your quietest hours. Why I know the sting of looking around and seeing those who have no regard for my word living in luxury, while you who have tried to walk uprightly are left to scramble for crumbs. You see the wicked prospering, their bank accounts overflowing, and their lives seemingly untouched by the storms that batter you. You have asked me in the secret places of your heart if being faithful even matters, if my promises are true, or if you have somehow been forgotten in the vastness of my creation. You feel the injustice of it all, the heavy irony of being a child of the King while living like a beggar. This comparison is a poison that the enemy uses to dim your light and make you resent the very path I have set before you. But listen to my voice. Their prosperity is built on sand, while your foundation is being forged in the fire. This winter is not a punishment. It is a preparation. You are being stripped of your reliance on the world's systems so that you can be clothed in my supernatural provision. This season of scarcity has been long, and the wind has been harsh, but the frost is beginning to crack. You have been faithful in the lean times, and you have kept your heart soft, even when the world tried to turn it to stone. I have seen you give when you had nothing to spare, and I have seen you trust me when there was no logical reason to do so. The financial winter was allowed to test your roots to see if they would grow deep into my word, or if they would wither in the cold. And you have stood. You are still here. You are still seeking me. Therefore, I am moving to end this season of lack. I am the God of the harvest, and the seeds you have sown in tears are about to burst through the frozen ground. Do not let the current cold deceive you. The atmosphere of your life is warming. The debt that feels like a mountain will soon be a memory, and the lack that has defined your years is being swallowed up by my abundance. I am turning the page, and the story of your life will no longer be one of survival, but one of overflow. My precious one, I have watched you walk through your days with a heavy mantle upon your shoulders, the mantle of other people's expectations. I see the invisible weight you carry every time you step through your front door, the pressure to be the pillar of strength for your family, the provider for your children, and the steady hand for your friends. I have seen the mask you carefully put on each morning, a mask of competence and calm, while underneath your spirit is trembling with the fear that you might let everyone down. You have become an expert at appearing okay, smiling through the exhaustion and nodding through the pain, because you feel that if you collapse, the entire world you've built will crumble with you. You carry the dreams and needs of others like a heavy pack on a long journey, never stopping to ask who will carry you. I see the silent toll this takes on your soul, the way your own identity is slowly being smothered by the roles you play. You were never meant to be the source of everything for everyone. That role belongs to me alone, yet you have tried to take it upon yourself out of a deep and sacrificial love. I have been with you in those haunting hours of the night, specifically at 3 a.m, when the house is silent and the darkness feels thick enough to touch. I have seen you lying there, eyes wide, staring at the ceiling as the shadows dance in the corners of the room. In those moments, the what-ifs and the how-longs scream louder than any voice in the daylight. I have heard the silent cry of your heart as you ask, Lord, how much longer must I hold this together? You feel a profound loneliness that is hard to explain to those around you. A loneliness that exists even when you are surrounded by the people you love. It is the loneliness of being the one who gives but never receives, the one who listens but has never heard, the one who protects but has no shield. You feel like a stranger in your own home, a ghost moving through rooms filled with expectations that you fear you can no longer meet. You wonder if anyone truly knows the real you, the one who is tired, the one who is scared, and the one who is desperate for just a moment of rest. This weight of expectation is a thief, my child. It steals your joy, it drains your creativity, and it replaces your peace with a constant low-grade anxiety that hums in the background of your life. You feel the pressure to keep up appearances to show the world that you are winning when you feel like you are barely surviving. You fear the judgment of those who don't understand your journey, and you fear the disappointment in the eyes of those who do. But I want you to know that I do not see you through the lens of your performance. I do not love you because of what you do or what you provide. I love you because you are mine. I see the beauty in your struggle and the courage in your quiet endurance. You do not have to be perfect for me, and you do not have to carry the world on your back. I am calling you to lay down the heavy pack of expectations at my feet. I am the one who sustains your family. I am the one who secures your future. And I am the one who holds your world together. The burden you are carrying is not a sign of your weakness, but a testament to how much you have tried to love. But even the strongest vessel can crack under too much pressure. I am here to heal those cracks, to pour the oil of my comfort into the dry places of your soul. I want you to breathe, truly breathe, perhaps for the first time in years. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to not have all the answers. You are allowed to be the one who is cared for. I am moving in your household to shift the dynamics, to bring help where there has been only demand, and to bring understanding where there has been only expectation. I am lifting the heavy yoke from your neck and replacing it with my yoke, which is easy, and my burden, which is light. The season of carrying it all alone is coming to an abrupt end, for I am stepping in to be the strength you no longer have. Rest now, my beloved, for the Father is taking over the watch. My child, I see the exhaustion that no amount of sleep can cure. It is not just your body that is weary, but your very soul. You have been engaged in an invisible battle, a spiritual warfare that has drained your reserves and left you feeling hollowed out. I know that just this morning, or perhaps it was late last night, the thought crossed your mind, I can't do this anymore. I am done. You were ready to lay down your armor and surrender to the silence, believing that the struggle had finally become too much to bear. I want you to know that I heard that silent surrender, and I am here to tell you that your fatigue is not a sign of failure. It is not evidence that you are weak or that you have lost your way. On the contrary, this deep weariness is the greatest proof that you have been carrying a destiny far larger than yourself. You are not breaking under the weight of punishment. You are being stretched by the weight of a divine assignment. The enemy does not waste his arrows on those who are not a threat to his kingdom. The intensity of the battle is a direct reflection of the magnitude of the treasure hidden within you. You have felt as though you were fighting shadows, swinging your sword at ghosts that you cannot see, but whose presence you can certainly feel. There is a specific kind of heaviness that comes from being misunderstood, from being judged for choices that I led you to make, and from standing alone in your convictions while everyone around you seems to take the easy path. This spiritual fatigue comes from the constant friction of being a citizen of heaven while living in a world that does not recognize your true home. I have seen you standing in the gap for your family, praying for those who hurt you and trying to keep your light burning when the wind of the world is trying to blow it out. It is lonely at the front lines of the Spirit, and I know you have felt that isolation deeply. But look around you with your spiritual eyes, my beloved. You are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, and more importantly, I am standing right there in the fire with you. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from a position of victory that I have already secured. The struggle you are facing is the birth pangs of a new season. You have reached the end of your own strength so that you can finally step into mine. I allowed you to come to this place of I can't so that I could show you what I can looks like. The invisible battle has been designed to strip away every false dependency, every crutch you've leaned on, and every lie you've believed about your own limitations. You are being trained to rule, not just to survive. Every moment of resistance you have faced is building the spiritual muscle required to carry the blessing that is coming. Do not mistake the darkness of the womb for the darkness of the tomb. You are not being buried. You are being planted. The pressure you feel is the ground giving way to the breakthrough that is about to burst forth. You have passed the endurance test, and I am now breathing my own life back into your weary bones. I am sending a divine refreshment to your spirit right now. Feel the weight lifting as I take the sword from your trembling hand and tell you to stand still and see my salvation. The battle belongs to me, and I have never lost a conflict. The fatigue that has dogged your steps is being replaced by a supernatural energy that will cause you to run and not grow weary, to walk and not faint. You are the chosen one, and your story does not end in the valley of exhaustion. It ends on the mountaintop of fulfillment. The enemy has done his worst, but his best was not enough to stop the purpose I have placed on your life. Hold your head high, for the captain of the host is leading you out of the trenches and into the land of your inheritance. The invisible battle is turning into a visible triumph, and the world will see that the one they thought was defeated was actually being prepared for a crown. My chosen one, you have often wondered in the deepest pits of your despair why the furnace was heated 7 times hotter for you than for those around you. You have looked at the trials of others and felt a sense of confusion, asking me why your path had to be so jagged, why your heart had to be so frequently broken, and why the opposition seemed to come from every direction at once. I am here to tell you the truth, that the enemy has tried to hide from you. The intensity of the attack is always proportional to the magnitude of the treasure you carry. A thief does not break into an empty house, and a pirate does not chase a ship with empty hulls. The sheer violence of the spiritual storm you have endured is the greatest evidence of the weight of glory that is about to be revealed through you. You were attacked so fiercely because the kingdom of darkness is terrified of what happens when you finally step into your full authority. You are not a random target. You are a strategic threat to the strongholds of old. I want you to understand the divine logic behind the struggle. For a long time, you felt like you were being punished, but in reality, you were being prepared. I reckon that the sufferings of this present time, as heavy and as agonizing as they have felt, are not even worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in you. The pain was sharp because the surgery was deep. I had to remove the dependencies and the mindsets that would have caused you to fail at the next level. You are the chosen one, and because of that, you are held to a different standard. I cannot give a global assignment to a soul that hasn't been tested in the local trenches. The hardness of the attack was the fire that tempered your spirit, turning your fragile faith into an unbreakable blade. You have been through the fire, not to be consumed, but to be made fireproof. The very things that were meant to destroy you have been used by my hand to develop a strength in you that will sustain you in the heights I am taking you to. The enemy saw the rapid blessing coming before you did. He saw the shift in the heavens and tried to intercept it by overwhelming you with discouragement. He tried to make you quit just inches away from the finish line. He used people you loved to hurt you. He used your finances to stress you. And he used your past to shame you all in a desperate attempt to get you to drop your crown. But I have been standing over you, the God of all grace, who has called you unto my eternal glory. Though you have suffered a while, I am now here to make you perfect, to establish you, to strengthen you, and to settle you. The season of being tossed to and fro by the winds of adversity is ending. The foundation has been laid in the dark, and it is deep enough to support the massive structure of blessing I am building upon your life. Remember, my beloved, that I do not give big assignments to small people. If the burden felt heavy, it is because your shoulders are being made broad. If the night was long, it is because the day that is dawning is everlasting. You have endured what would have broken 1,000 others, and you have done it with a seed of yes still buried in your heart. That yes is what I am responding to now. The attack was hard because the breakthrough is historic. You are not just receiving a small favor, you are receiving a total life transformation that will impact generations to come. The enemy's best shot was fired, and yet here you are, still standing still, listening to my voice, and still ready for the move of my spirit. The very intensity of the battle you just survived is the measure of the victory you are about to walk into. You must realize that your story is being written by the Alpha and the Omega, the one who knows the end from the beginning. Every scar you carry is a credential for the territory you are about to occupy. You are no longer the victim of your circumstances. You are the victor who has been refined by them. The why behind your pain is finally being answered by the what of my promise. I am turning your mourning into dancing and your ashes into beauty. The hardness of the season was the prerequisite for the softness of the favor that is now flowing your way. Do not look back at the wreckage of the storm with regret, but look at it as the debris of a past that no longer has power over you. You have emerged from the hidden season, and you are not the same person who entered it. You are stronger, wiser, and more aligned with my purpose than ever before. My beloved, I want to pull back the veil and show you the mechanics of the heavens. In the high and holy place where I dwell, there are golden bowls, and one of them bears your name. For years you have been pouring into this bowl. Every prayer you whispered in the dark, every tear that soaked your pillow, every act of kindness you performed when you were being treated unfairly, and every time you chose to trust me, despite the silence, all of it was collected. You often felt as though your words were vanishing into the void. But I tell you, not a single drop of your devotion has been lost. That bowl has been filling, rising higher and higher, day by day, month by month. There were times when you felt you couldn't add another drop, when you felt the vessel was stagnant. But I was watching the levels rise with a divine precision that the human mind cannot fathom. And this brings me to why this very moment is so critical. Today, that action you took, that small micro shift in your spirit, was the final drop. The bowl is no longer just full. It has reached its tipping point. You have reached the threshold where the weight of your faithfulness has finally overcome the resistance of your circumstances. In the spiritual realm, the surface tension has broken. What was once a collection of individual prayers is now becoming a torrential flood of my favor. You didn't see the gravity shifting, but the heavens are now tilting in your direction. The today you are living in is the day the overflow begins. You are witnessing the transition from the season of pouring in to the season of pouring out. Do not be weary in well-doing, for I promised you that in due season you would reap if you did not lose heart. My child, look at the horizon of your life, for your due season has arrived. It is not arriving next year. It is not arriving when you are perfect. It is arriving now because the bowl is overflowing. When a tipping point is reached, the change is no longer gradual. It is sudden and unstoppable. You are entering the suddenly phase of my promise. Just as a single drop can make a cup run over, your simple act of remaining seated in my presence today has triggered a sequence of events in the supernatural that cannot be reversed. The laws of spiritual momentum are now working for you instead of against you. The enemy tried to convince you that you were far from the finish line, but I knew you were just one prayer away. He tried to make you stop walking when the water was at the very brim. But because you took that one more step today, you have activated a divine law of acceleration. What took years to accumulate will now take moments to manifest. The harvest is catching up to the sower. You will find that the doors which were rusted shut for a decade are now swinging wide, because the pressure of my blessing is pushing them from the other side. This is the mystery of the tipping point. It looks like nothing is happening until everything happens at once. Prepare your heart, for when the overflow begins, it requires a different kind of strength than the struggle did. You have been trained to endure lack. Now I am training you to manage abundance. The bowl is pouring over the edges, and it will touch every area of your existence, your bank account, your health, your relationships, and your peace of mind. This is the moment where your history of pain is swallowed up by my destiny of joy. The tipping point has been passed, and the floodgates are open. You are no longer praying for a breakthrough. You are standing in the middle of one. My beloved child, I am calling you to stand tall in this moment, for a legal proceeding in the courts of heaven has just reached its final verdict. You have felt the weight of an invisible prosecutor, the one who has spent years listing your mistakes, your shortcomings, and your past failures as evidence for why you should remain in the valley of lack. But I want you to look at the judge, of all the earth. I have stepped down from the bench not to condemn you, but to advocate for you. I have reviewed the scrolls of your life, and I have seen the illegal activities of the enemy. I have seen the years that were stolen by deception, the health that was robbed by stress, and the finances that were siphoned away by spirits of delay and devourers. Today, I am issuing a divine decree of reversal. The verdict has been handed down. The enemy is found guilty of theft and harassment against my chosen one, and the law of my kingdom demands a sevenfold restitution. Everything that was taken from you in the dark is now being ordered to be returned in the light with interest. This is the hour of your vindication. You have been walking like a victim for so long that you have forgotten how to carry yourself like royalty. You have been waiting for the world to apologize, for your debtors to pay you back, or for those who hurt you to acknowledge their wrongs. But I am not waiting for them. I am overruling them. I am reversing the curses that were spoken over your name and turning them into platforms for my praise. I am reversing the stagnation in your career and turning it into a divine promotion. I am reversing the sickness in your body and turning it into a testimony of my healing power. This is a total life reversal. What was meant for your evil, I am now commanding to work for your good. The script of your life is being rewritten by my own hand, and the theme of the next chapter is not survival, but supremacy. You are no longer the one under the circumstances. You are the one seated with me in heavenly places, far above every principality and power. Now, as this divine verdict is being announced, it must be sealed in your spirit and in your physical reality. This is a moment of sacred agreement. To seal this decree and to ensure that no shadow of doubt can steal this prophecy from your heart, I invite you to act now. Join this family of believers by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel. This is not a mere social interaction, it is a spiritual anchor. By clicking these buttons, you are signaling to the atmosphere that you accept the verdict of the court of heaven. You are signing the legal document of your own deliverance. Do not let this moment pass without making your mark. As you subscribe, you are joining a remnant of faith that refuses to be silent. And as you like this message, you are letting out a shout of victory that echoes through the halls of eternity. Your agreement is the final piece of the puzzle that allows my spirit to move with unrestrained power in your life. The shift from victim to victor is not just a change in your bank account. It is a change in your DNA. A victim asks, "Why me?" But a victor declares, "Watch me." I am removing the spirit of heaviness that has made you feel small and insignificant. I am clothing you in a robe of righteousness and putting a signet ring of authority back on your finger. You will no longer beg for scraps at the tables of those who dismissed you. I am building a table for you, and those who once looked down on you will now have to look up to see the favor I have placed upon you. The divine reversal means that the last shall be first. Those who were overlooked are now being handpicked for the highest honors. You have been refined in the secret place, and now I am promoting you in the public place. The scales are balancing, and for every year of shame, I am giving you double honor. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, and what I have decreed in this hour, no demon in hell and no person on earth can reverse. My word does not return to me void. It accomplishes exactly what I sent it to do. The decree has been signed in the blood of the Lamb, and the angels have been dispatched to enforce the restitution. You will see the evidence of this reversal within your own household. You will see it in the unexpected phone calls, the canceled debts, and the sudden restoration of relationships you thought were dead. The tide has turned. The wind is now at your back. You are walking out of the courtroom, not just free, but wealthy whole and empowered. The divine reversal is your new reality, and the glory of the latter house shall be greater than the glory of the former. Believe it, receive it, and walk in it, for I have spoken, and it is so. My beloved, I want you to take a deep, slow breath and prepare your spirit for a revelation that will shatter every limitation you have ever known. I am the God who created the gold in the mountains and the silver in the earth, and I am announcing to you today that the financial winter is being replaced by a divine jackpot of such magnitude that the world will stand in awe of my favor upon your life. For years you have lived in the not enough or the just enough, stretching every penny until it bled, praying for a breakthrough that seemed to stay just out of reach. But because of your faithfulness in the hidden season, and because of that micro shift of faith you made today, I am releasing a tidal wave of capital into your hands. This is not a mere paycheck or a small bonus. This is a supernatural infusion of wealth designed to wipe out your debts in a single day. I am the God of the suddenly, and I am suddenly opening the windows of heaven over your household. I see the tears you shed over unpaid bills, the sleepless nights spent worrying about your children's future, and the silent shame of being unable to give as you desired. I am wiping those tears away with a heavy rain of my abundance. I am activating the law of Malachi 3:10 in your life right now. You have brought your heart to me, and now I am opening the floodgates so wide that you will not have room enough to store the blessings. I am speaking to the four corners of the earth to release what has been held up. I am commanding old debts to be paid to you with interest that you had long ago written off. I am moving the hearts of people in high places who do not even know you to favor you with contracts, grants, and opportunities that were previously reserved for the elite. I am orchestrating a sudden wealth event, an inheritance from a bloodline you didn't know carried such treasure, a legal settlement that was once denied but is now being overturned in your favor, or a business idea I am dropping into your mind tonight that will generate millions while you sleep. I am the one who teaches you how to profit, and I am giving you the jackpot surprise that will change your family's trajectory for the next 10 generations. You are moving from the struggle of the worker to the authority of the owner. Think of the sheer, breathtaking relief that is coming to you. I see the exact moment in the very near future when you will look at your bank balance and see a number that makes your heart stop for a beat. In that moment, you will realize that every chain of debt has been snapped. The mortgage that felt like a life sentence paid. The credit card interest that was a vacuum in your pocket gone. The loans that made you feel like a servant to the lender dissolved. You will experience the supernatural joy of clicking the pay in full button on every obligation you have. I am giving you the wealth of the wicked that has been stored up for the righteous. You will no longer be the one asking for a chance. You will be the one giving others a chance. I am making you a lender to many nations, a conduit of my kingdom's resources. You will walk into rooms, and the atmosphere of lack will vanish because you carry the anointing of the provider. This is your jackpot moment, and it is coming with a speed that will leave your critics speechless. I am also releasing the seed of prosperity into your intellect. I am giving you the wisdom to manage this sudden wealth so that it grows rather than diminishes. You will not be like those who receive much and lose it all. You will have a supernatural discernment to know where to invest and when to hold. I am bringing mentors and divine connectors into your life who will show you how to multiply what I am giving you. This is the Isaac blessing, sowing in a year of famine and reaping 100-fold in the same year. While the world's economy shakes and the headlines scream of lack, your house will be a sanctuary of overflow. You will be able to fund my work to feed the hungry and to build the dreams I have placed in your heart without ever having to check your balance again. Your today has released this. Your yes has secured it. The wealth of heaven is being transferred into your earthly account because I can trust you to be a blessing. I want you to visualize the freedom. Visualize the morning you wake up, and the first thought isn't how will I pay for this, but who can I help today? That is the life I am calling you into. This financial jackpot is the fuel for your destiny. It is the tool that will allow you to fulfill the Great Commission and to leave a legacy of light in a dark world. The spirit of poverty is being evicted from your house tonight. The spirit of not enough is being replaced by the spirit of more than enough. Do not listen to the voice of doubt that says, "This is too good to be true." I am the God who calls things that are not as though they were, and I am calling you wealthy. I am calling you debt-free. I am calling you a provider. The rapid blessing has been released, and the jackpot of my favor is now manifesting in your reality. Stand ready, for the delivery is at your door. My precious one, I have seen the way you look at the calendar with a heavy heart, counting the years you feel have been stolen from you. I know the ache of looking back at the seasons spent in waiting rooms, the years lost to a toxic relationship that drained your spirit, the decades poured into a career that never recognized your worth, or the long, silent stretches where sickness or depression kept you sidelined, while the rest of the world seemed to race ahead. You feel as though you are behind, as though the clock has run out on your greatest dreams, and that you are now simply playing catch-up in a race you can never win. But I am the master of time, the Alpha and the Omega, and I am here to tell you that in my kingdom, time is not a linear prison. It is a tool in my hand. I am initiating a season of divine acceleration in your life. I am about to compress time in such a way that the progress others take 10 years to achieve you will accomplish in 10 months. The years you thought were wasted were actually years of deep rooting. And now that your roots are firm, your fruit will appear with supernatural speed. I am the God who restores the years that the swarming locusts, the hopping locusts, the destroying locusts, and the cutter locusts have eaten. Every moment of joy that was snatched from you, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers because you were too broken to grasp it, and every year of hiddenness where you felt forgotten, I am gathering them all and returning them to you with a divine sun multiplier. You are not starting over. You are being propelled forward from a position of supernatural advantage. I am removing the friction from your path. The delays that once frustrated you are being transformed into a slingshot effect. What you have mourned as lost time, I see as invested time, and the dividends are about to be paid out in a massive, concentrated burst of favor. You will look back and realize that you didn't actually lose anything. You were being preserved for a moment where your maturity would match your miracle. This restoration is not limited to your external achievements. I am reaching into your very cells to restore your youth and your vitality. I am the one who renews your youth like the eagles. I am breathing my life-giving spirit into your physical frame, washing away the weariness that has made you feel older than your years. The gray seasons of stress have taken a toll on your body, but I am the great physician, and I am reversing the effects of that trauma. You will feel a surge of energy, a clarity of mind, and a passion for life that you haven't felt since you were a child. I am giving you back the glow that the world tried to extinguish. You will run and not be weary. You will walk and not faint. People will look at you and wonder how you seem to be getting younger while the world grows older, and your answer will be a living testimony to my power of restoration. Stop looking at the shadow of your past and start looking at the light of my now. I am doing a new thing, and it shall spring forth suddenly. You will find yourself in rooms you didn't have to knock to enter. You will find yourself holding positions of influence that usually require a lifetime of climbing. I am skipping you to the front of the line because I am the owner of the line. The divine acceleration means that the reaper will overtake the sower. You will still be celebrating one victory when the next one crashes over you like a wave. This is the compensation for your endurance. I am making up for every lonely night, every missed holiday, and every year of sacrifice. You are stepping into a fast-forward season where my grace will do more for you in a single day than your striving could do in a decade. Trust my timing, my beloved. If it hasn't happened yet, it's because I was waiting for this exact alignment. The world says it's too late for you to start that business, to find that love, or to build that home. But I say that the best part of your story is being written right now. I am the God of the 11th hour, and I love to show my power when the situation looks impossible. Your lost time is being redeemed, and the remaining chapters of your life will be so full, so vibrant, and so impactful that they will completely overshadow the years of lack. You are being launched into your destiny with the speed of heaven, and nothing can hold back the momentum of a soul that I have decided to accelerate. My chosen one, I have watched from the secret place as you were overlooked, passed over, and pushed to the back of the line. I have seen the stabs of rejection when you were not invited, the sting of being ignored in rooms where you had the most to offer, and the quiet pain of being treated as less than by those who judged you by your outward circumstances. For a long time, you have occupied the lower seats, serving in the shadows and contenting yourself with crumbs of recognition. But the season of being hidden is officially over. I am moving you from the periphery to the center, from the background to the foreground. I am changing the way the world perceives you. I am putting a garment of favor upon you that acts as a beacon, drawing the eyes of the influential and the hearts of the powerful toward you. You will no longer be the one seeking an audience. You will be the one that others seek out for wisdom and guidance. The very people who once looked through you as if you were invisible will now be the ones standing in line to hear your perspective. I am declaring over you today that you shall be the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not beneath. This is not a human promotion based on your resume or your connections. This is a sovereign elevation based on my decree. I am preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies, not to mock them, but to show them what I can do with a heart that remained faithful in the fire. Those who dismissed you will have to witness your rising. Those who spoke against your name will see it honored in high places. I am giving you a seat at tables you didn't even know existed. I am shifting your status from the one who asks for permission to the one who gives it. You have been the borrower for too long, subject to the whims of the lender and the limitations of the system. I am reversing that role. I am making you the lender to many a source of supply for those who are in need. You will walk with a new authority, a quiet confidence that does not need to shout to be heard, because the weight of my glory is resting upon you. The wisdom I am pouring into your spirit in this hour is not of this world. It is a supernatural discernment that will allow you to see solutions where others see only problems. This divine insight will attract the attention of kings and queens, men and women of great influence, who are searching for the very light that I have placed within you. You will become a strategic advisor, a voice of reason in the midst of chaos, and a leader among leaders. I am refining your speech and sharpening your mind, preparing you to stand before the greats without trembling. You are being elevated because I can trust you with the influence. You have shown me that you will not use your status for pride, but for the advancement of my kingdom and the uplifting of the broken. Because you were faithful in the little of the valley, I am now entrusting you with the much of the mountain. Your influence will expand far beyond your current circles, reaching into territories and industries that once seemed like distant dreams. Do not be afraid of the height I am taking you to. The same God who sustained you at the bottom is the God who will keep you at the top. The pressure of elevation will not crush you, because I have already built the character within you to handle the weight. You are being positioned as a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. Your life will become a standard of what is possible when a human soul yields completely to the divine. Every door that was slammed in your face in the past was my way of protecting you until this exact moment of readiness. Now the doors are not just opening, they are being removed from their hinges. You are stepping into a realm of effortless favor where your presence alone changes the atmosphere of a room. This is your time of honor, my beloved. Walk with your head held high, not in arrogance, but in the realization that you are a child of the Most High, destined to rule and reign. The world is about to see you exactly as I have always seen you, as a masterpiece, a victor, and a leader of nations. My beloved child, I do not want you to leave this moment wondering if you have heard my voice, or if this was merely a figment of your imagination. I am a God of clarity, not of confusion, and because I know the human heart needs confirmation, to silence the whispers of doubt, I am providing you with 3 specific, undeniable signs. These signs will manifest in your physical reality shortly after you finish listening to this message. They are the breadcrumbs I am leaving on your trail to prove that the rapid blessing is not just a promise, but an active movement in your life. When you see these things, do not dismiss them as coincidences. Stop, recognize my hand. Give thanks, for each sign is a seal of my truth. The first sign I'm sending you is a sudden communication from a source you did not expect. In the coming days, you will receive a phone call, a message, or an email from someone you haven't spoken to in years, or perhaps a complete stranger who carries a piece of your puzzle. This person will mention something, a phrase, a name, or an opportunity that connects directly to a secret prayer you've whispered to me. This is my way of showing you that I am moving people across the globe just to answer you. The second sign will come while you sleep, for I speak to my beloved even in their rest. I am going to give you a dream that is different from any you have had before. It will be vivid colored with a supernatural clarity, and it will feature a specific location or sequence of numbers that will stick in your mind upon waking. These are not random images. They are blueprints and coordinates for your next move. Some of you will see the number 7007 or 777 appearing in your waking life as well, on clocks, on license plates, or on receipts. These are my divine winks, reminding you that my timing is perfect and that you are exactly where you need to be. Pay close attention to the details of this dream, for it contains the how of the blessing I am releasing. When you wake up with that lingering sense of wonder, know that I was visiting with you, preparing your spirit for the elevation that is now taking place. The third and most profound sign is a supernatural peace that will descend upon you like a heavy, warm blanket. This peace will not make sense given your current circumstances. You may still have bills to pay, you may still have critics talking, and the storm may still be visible on the horizon. But suddenly you will realize that you are no longer afraid. The anxiety that has been your constant companion for years will simply vanish, replaced by a deep, unshakable knowing that it is well. This is the peace that passes all understanding, a guard for your heart and mind. When you feel this stillness in the center of the chaos, recognize it as the presence of my spirit. It is the sign that the battle is over and the victory is yours. You will find yourself smiling for no reason and breathing deeply without effort. This inner quiet is the final confirmation that the shift has been completed, and you are now walking in the flow of my favor. I know that as you hear these words, your heart is starting to beat with a new rhythm of hope. You are beginning to realize that I am real, that I am here, and that I am for you. To confirm your faith and to tell the heavens that you are watching for these signs, I want you to take a bold step of affirmation right now. Do not stay silent. Type, "I believe," or "I see the signs" in the comments below. This is your midpoint declaration of trust. By typing these words, you are sharpening your spiritual vision to recognize my work when it appears. You are telling the enemy that his lies no longer have power over your perception. And while you are there, I invite you once more to press the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. This keeps you anchored in the frequency of my prophetic word, ensuring that when the dream comes and the phone rings, you are surrounded by a community that understands the language of miracles. You are not alone in this journey. You are part of a chosen remnant that is moving from signs to wonders. Believe me, my child, these signs are just the beginning. They are the gentle ripples before the great wave of my abundance crashes onto the shores of your life. I am giving you these markers so that when the massive breakthrough occurs, when the debt is canceled and the promotion is granted, you will have a history of small miracles to look back on. You will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was not luck, it was not effort, but it was the hand of your Father. The world may call it a lucky break, but you will call it a divine appointment. Keep your eyes open and your heart expectant. The call is coming, the dream is forming, and the peace is already entering your room. I am the God who performs what I promise, and I am performing it for you right now. My beloved, as the windows of heaven begin to open, and the rapid blessing starts its descent into your physical world, I must give you the wisdom to handle the weight of this glory. A blessing without the character to manage it can become a burden. I am not just giving you wealth, status, and restoration for your own comfort. I am entrusting you with these resources to be a steward of my kingdom. Do not let the sudden arrival of abundance puff up your heart with pride. Remember the nights you spent in the valley, for those tears were the water that helped your character grow. When the world starts to bow and the doors start to swing wide, keep your spirit low before me. The higher I lift you, the deeper your humility must become. Real power is not found in how many people serve you, but in how many people you are now equipped to serve. I am elevating you to be a lighthouse, not a monument to your own success. Stay grounded in the secret place, for it is in my presence that you will find the balance needed to carry the heavy crown of favor I am placing on your head. Now listen carefully to these specific instructions for the season you are entering. You must learn to move in silence. The seed I have planted in your life is in a critical stage of growth, and not every ear is worthy of hearing your plans. There are those around you who love you, but their limited vision or hidden jealousy can act as a poison to the atmosphere of your miracle. You do not need the validation of man for a destiny that was decreed by God. Keep your next steps, your new ideas, and the magnitude of your jackpot surprise between you and me, until they are fully manifest. The enemy often uses the voices of those closest to us to sow seeds of doubt or to distract us with unnecessary noise. Be a vessel that is closed and sealed, allowing the pressure of my promise to build within you until it is time for the reveal. When you move in silence, you allow my spirit to work without the interference of human opinion. This is a holy secret between a father and his child. Protect the promise as a mother protects her unborn child, nurturing it in the quiet warmth of faith until the day of its birth. Finally, I am calling you to physically and spiritually prepare the room for what is coming. You cannot put new wine into old wineskins. Clear the clutter from your life, both in your environment and in your heart. Let go of the grudges that take up space where my joy should reside. Forgive those who hurt you in the lean years, not because they deserve it, but because your soul needs the room for the expansion I am bringing. Prepare your mindset for a life of more than enough. Stop thinking like a victim of lack and start thinking like a child of the King. Look around your home and see it not as it is, but as the foundation for the abundance that is arriving. Organize your affairs, fix the small things that are broken, and make a place for the new things I am sending. Your preparation is a physical act of faith that tells the heavens you are expecting the delivery. The rapid blessing is not a slow trickle. It is a sudden flood. Ensure your house is ready to contain the overflow so that nothing I give you is wasted. You have passed the tests of the desert. Now walk with the discipline of the promised land. My beloved child, as we reach this sacred pinnacle of our conversation, I want to wrap you in the absolute certainty of my word. What you have heard today is not a mere collection of comforting thoughts or a fleeting whisper of hope. It is an unbreakable covenant forged in the fires of eternity and signed with the seal of my own nature. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Before the foundations of the world were laid, I knew this moment would come. I knew your name, I knew your struggle, and I had already prepared this specific decree of restoration for you. Understand this with every fiber of your being. When I open a door, no man, no demon, and no circumstance can shut it. When I announce a season of blessing, the entire universe must align itself to bring that word to pass. The prophecy I have released over your life today is now a fixed point in your destiny. It is as certain as the rising of the sun and as firm as the pillars of heaven. You can rest your entire life upon this truth. For I am not a man that I should lie, nor the son of man that I should change my mind. This covenant is your shield against the remaining shadows. The enemy will try to come to you in the coming days, whispering that nothing has changed, that you are still the same person with the same problems. He will try to use the evidence of your senses to contradict the evidence of my spirit. But you must hold fast to this legal decree. You are no longer under the jurisdiction of lack or the authority of your past mistakes. You have been transferred into the kingdom of my favor. This agreement is blood-bought and heaven-guaranteed. Every word of promise I have spoken concerning your finances, your health, your time, and your status is now guarded by the host of heaven. My angels have been given their marching orders, and they are moving even now to enforce the terms of this covenant in your physical reality. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall show to be in the wrong. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindication is from me. You are walking into a future that has been secured by my faithfulness, not your own strength. The weight of making this happen does not rest on your shoulders. It rests on my sovereignty. All I ask of you is to remain in agreement with me. When doubt knocks, point it to the covenant. When fear rises, remind it of the Alpha and the Omega. You have been brought into a divine partnership where my unlimited resources are now available for your assignment. The struggle of the lone wanderer is over. The journey of the covenant child has begun. This promise is unbreakable because the promiser is unchangeable. I have watched over my word to perform it in your life, and I will not rest until every jot and tittle of this prophecy is fully manifest in your sight. You are shielded, you are sealed, and you are settled. The old things have passed away, and behold, I have made all things new through this everlasting covenant of peace. As you stand on the threshold of this new existence, I stretch out my hand to cover you in a mantle of divine protection that no weapon of the enemy can penetrate. I breathe my spirit upon you, now speaking peace over your mind and strength over your weary frame. I pray over your thoughts that the peace which passes all understanding would guard your heart and silence every lying whisper of the accuser that seeks to steal your joy. I pray over your hands that everything you touch from this moment forward would begin to prosper and reflect the shimmering abundance of my kingdom. I release the supernatural provision into your bank accounts. I release the restoration into your physical body. And I release the divine acceleration into your time. May the scent of my favor follow you into every room you enter. And may the light of my presence go before you to level every mountain and make every crooked path straight. No evil shall befall you, and no plague shall come near your dwelling, for I have set my love upon you and delivered you. You are now covered by the blood that speaks better things, and you are hidden in the hollow of my hand. The era of the valley is finished. The reign of my glory in your life has begun. But listen closely, my beloved, for there is one more thing I must tell you before you go. There is a second gift. I have held back a secret part of this blessing that I am preparing to reveal to you very soon. Even as the financial floodgates open, I am moving the heart of a mysterious person, someone who holds a key to your emotional destiny or a partnership that will take you to your next level. This individual is being prompted by my spirit, even now, to cross your path. And in our next conversation, I will unveil the specific signs that will help you recognize them. Whether it is the restoration of a love that was lost to the locusts of time, or the introduction of a new destiny partner you have prayed for in the secret hours of the night, know that your heart is not forgotten in the midst of your financial breakthrough. There is a specific mystery regarding a second gift that will complete the joy of your household. Stay alert and stay connected to my voice, for I am not done surprising you. The best is truly yet to come, and the manifestation of this hidden blessing is closer than you think. Now seal this entire prophecy within your soul, so that it may take root and bear fruit that remains. Do not leave this sacred space without making your final mark of faith. Join this global family of believers, press the like button, and subscribe to this channel as your final act of commitment to this journey of light. Be a vessel, not a reservoir. Share this message with 3 people who are currently enduring their own winter, for in giving you shall receive even more. By sharing, you are telling the universe that you have enough to give, and by subscribing, you are ensuring that your lamp stays filled with the oil of my prophetic word. This is the moment to lock this blessing into your life forever. Let your voice be heard in the courts of heaven and the digital world alike. Type, "I am ready," in the comments right now to receive, claim, and activate the fullness of everything I have spoken over you this day. It is done. It is established. It is yours. I love you with an everlasting love, and I will meet you again in the next whisper. Amen.